We are here with Craig Rolfe, a former salesman for Gleason Industries. Hi, Craig.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. So, will you tell us a little bit about Gleason Industries and what they did and what it was about?
Gleason Industries was a printing and packaging board converter, and they took large rolls of paper and sheeted them down to various sizes for the commercial print industry and the packaging industry to print on. That was their main business.
What were some of the competitors around the Denver area?
Well, the competitors there weren't a lot of other custom converting operations. All packaging was one, Warnicki paper box was another, and then in a sense the printing paper distributors, Expedex and Unisource, were also competitors. Also Spicer's Paper.
All right. Will you tell us what went wrong at Gleason Industries, starting with your contract with Expedex Paper?
Well, two things went wrong. The first thing that went wrong is we bought a machine that was too good for the market. It was an expensive machine, and they probably should have used it in one of their other locations that had higher volume. But the other thing that went wrong was they went into an agreement with Expedex to solely convert for them. In other words, I wouldn't sell to any of the end users. I would sell through Expedex. And when that happened, I warned the owners of Gleason that two things: if Expedex had to trust me, that I would keep them competitive in the marketplace, and the other thing is they needed to allow me to convert some of their standard sheet size items that they kept in inventory. And you know, the main thing that went wrong is in converting solely for Expedex, because of poor communication between them, Expedex, and International Paper, who supplied us Gleason Paper with rolls and also supplied Expedex with sheets of paper. And what they did, because they did not communicate to International Paper correctly, is they would have me quote jobs for them, sheeting jobs for them, and they would also have IP quote out of their converting facility in Los Angeles. So which was totally redundant, because we were doing the very same thing their converting facility in Los Angeles was doing, and all it did was drive down the price in the marketplace, and really was not fair. And 9 times out of 10, International Paper out of Los Angeles would get the business, and we would not get the business at Gleason.
There was miscommunication between Gleason and Expedex as well.
Well, a little bit, but the only miscommunication there is we should have required them to only when they were quoting for special sheet size or other sheets that they needed for inventory, that they would only quote through us and not through IP out of Los Angeles. And the reason for that is we were doing the same thing and sheeting the very same product that IP supplied to us. The product that IP converted out of Los Angeles is the very same product that we converted for Expedex.
Okay. So if you could go back and change it, how would you fix this problem?
What I would have done is I would have, if I was the ownership of Gleason, I would have had a meeting with Expedex immediately when this started happening. And I would have said, you need to quit. You need to only use us as your supplier for converting, because we have the same product that IP has in LA. If you are going to quote us against LA, then we'll void this agreement and we will sell direct in the marketplace to your customers. In other words, they needed to use us solely as their converting supplier, instead of quoting both us and IP out of LA. That's what I would have done.
And what would you have done differently with the big machine that was bought for your division?
What we should have done there is, it was an honest mistake on their part. It was a very large machine, and we needed to be running 2 or 3 shifts in order for it to make money. And when they could see that Denver was probably not going to have enough business, they should have moved the machine to Los Angeles and given us to Gleason's facility in Los Angeles, and given us one of their smaller sheet converters for the Denver market. Okay. And I think that would have helped, would have been a win-win, because LA needed a bigger machine, and us having a smaller machine would have made our break-even a lot easier to obtain in a smaller market than LA.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.